Good day, everyone. I am Jemima Silvano, and in the next 5 to 10 minutes, we will explore the fascinating and often debated world of genetically modified organisms, or GMOs. We will define what they are, understand why they were created, and examine their key benefits and potential risk. First, let's define our subject. A genetically modified organism, or GMO, is any organism, plant, animal, or microorganism whose genetic material or DNA has been altered using genetic engineering techniques. Due to the variety of techniques and contexts, GMOs are often referred to by several other terms, which you will encounter in scientific literature and media. These terms include genetic engineering, which refers to the process itself, genetic modification, and transgenic organism, which specifically means an organism containing genes from another species. You may also hear the terms biotechnology or biotech seeds used broadly. So, why were these organisms first modified? The main or prime reason, particularly for crops, was to address critical challenges faced by farmers, specifically to prevent crop loss and increase the efficiency of food production. The overarching goal was simple: to feed a rapidly growing global population more reliably and sustainably. The majority of GM crops available today possess one of three common traits: resistance to damaging insects, reducing the need for spray pesticides, tolerance to herbicides, which allows farmers to control weeds without harming the crop, and resistance to plant viruses, which can devastate entire fields. The development of GMOs has provided several measurable benefits, primarily in agriculture and sustainability. First, by protecting crops from insects and diseases, GM technology results in increased crop yields, ensuring a more stable and abundant food supply. Second, the use of insect resistant GM crops drastically reduces the need for chemical insecticides, which is a positive for the environment and farmer safety. Third, genetic modification allows for enforced nutrition value, such in golden rice, which is engineered to contain vitamin A to combat deficiency. Fourth, some modifications aim for drought or stress tolerance, making it possible to grow food in areas challenged by climate change or poor soil quality. And finally, the greater efficiency and higher yields often translate to lowered food costs for consumers globally. Next, we have despite the benefits, there are valid scientific, ethical concerns that require ongoing study and rigorous regulation. One primary environmental concern is outcrossing or gene flow, where engineered genes could potentially transfer to wild relatives, possibly creating herbicide resistant superweeds or impacting native plant species. Second, there is a risk of impact on non target organisms such as beneficial insects or local diversity. Next, we have though testing aims to minimize this. Third, repeated use of the same traits can lead to the evolution of pest or weed resistance, making the technology ineffective over time. From a healthy perspective, there is an ongoing concern about allergenicity that new proteins introduced via genetic modification might cause allergic reactions, although regulatory bodies thoroughly test for this risk. Lastly, critics point to socioeconomic risk related to corporate control, arguing that dependency on a few large companies for proprietary seeds may negatively impact small and subsistence farmers. In summary, genetically modified organisms are a product of modern genetic engineering, driven primarily by the critical need to secure the global food supply and prevent massive crop loss. While they offer significant benefits including higher yields, reduced pesticide use, and enhanced nutrition, they also require continuous rigorous study to mitigate potential risk to the environment and human health. The conversation around GMOs must remain balanced, focusing on responsible innovation and comprehensive safety assessment. The references are given to the rightful owners from the information provided below. Thank you. That's all for my presentation. Again, I am Jemima Silvano. Thank you for listening.